almost with my cue there. What's up, everyone? It's the BumCast. I am your host, HBC, the head bum in charge, along with Baloney, Joey P, Dougie Fresh. Welcome, guys. It's the non-victory Monday show, but it's okay. I don't think any of us are upset.
Positive vibes, boys.
We've talked about there's no moral victories, but I feel like that Sunday night game felt about as close to a moral victory as we could have come. I even got a moral victory coffee that I'm finishing up right here. So yeah, the vibes are still high. The Bears are still king of the North. Early bum of the week myself, because I wanted to go to Burger King to get a crown that I was going to paint all Bears colors, and I just didn't have time because we got a snowstorm out of nowhere that kind of took me off by surprise. Dougie, I know you're feeling it too.
Yeah. I had no clue that this shit was coming. I mean, it was supposed to be a dusting.
You're right.
Dusting,
right.
And then all of a sudden, boom. Like they can't get this shit anyway right ever again. Weathermen suck.
Except for our guy, Whiskey Weather.
Yeah, Whiskey Weather's fine. Just because
that's my favorite weather, whiskey weather.
Yeah, it's always whiskey weather.
I almost missed my intro. I forgot to turn my light on. Getting everything set up. I got the holiday hangover, man.
We've only done 263 of these.
I'm feeling it after this week, man. I hope you guys had a great holiday weekend, man. I was drinking on that podcast the past couple of weeks. I'm watering it today. This is my day off. I can't. It was nonstop drinking for a week straight, man. I can't. Body's not built like it used to be. Look at this.
No,
we're all nursing it.
You gotta be you gotta be smart about things. I will probably grab something to sip on, but like you mentioned, you forgot to turn on your light. I forgot to go grab a whiskey. So during the first ad, the Green Valley ad, I'm gonna go run and grab something. But for now, it's a moral victory coffee and a water, a big ass water.
Yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys all had a great holiday weekend. I did 4 Christmases in 6 days. And I'm beat. That starting from last Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, hosted 2 back-to-back eve and day. Cooked 12 different courses. Yeah, it was a marathon of a week. And then we go into the weekend after all that, and we're like, oh, we went to AEW on Saturday, and then we had the Hawks game Sunday night. It was like, it didn't stop. This is my first day to actually do nothing for a long time.
Although I will say, like the last week or so, and Dougie, I'll exclude you from that. Everyone's been off. I've been off for the, because it hasn't snowed. I've been off. Joey P, you had like a solid 2 weeks off. Jason, I know you had the week off. You're still going.
I'm still.
So it's like, yeah, we have a lot of things to do, but at least we're not working. So like you can't be too.
I actually had to work today.
Oh yeah.
I had to log in on my day off of vacation and send out a report that I have to do every Monday morning. But it only takes like 20-30 minutes to do, so I'm not like really complaining about it that much. It's just get in, get out, go back, take a nap. But yeah, I mean, I did have to do a little work, but it's okay. Just happy to be off for another week. So getting ready for New Year's Eve and more celebrations.
Yeah, you mentioned the AEW show on Friday. Another early MVB to Brian S. for hooking us up with the Now tickets or the AEW tickets.
Yeah,
that was fun. He's up for 12 more weeks. Solid.
What?
So yeah,
that's called unemployment.
So I got a question for you guys here. Start off the show with Christmas. I get in my car on Friday morning, and I still had on Light FM with all the Christmas, and they were still playing Christmas music. And I want to know: do you guys still fuck with everything Christmas right as soon as the Christmas is over? Music, movies, pop-up bars, all that stuff. You guys are all cut it off then?
Hard cut off.
Yeah. Hard cut off day after. The only thing that I do is I usually leave the tree up until 3 Kings Day. That's about it.
That's it. No, I have to keep going. There's 12 days of celebration where I come from. 12 days until the 3 Kings come, the 3 wise men, and then I can take down my tree and everything else. And stop the Christmas music going in the house.
Yeah, the decorations could stay, right?
Yeah.
But like the celebration of it all, I'm Christmased out by the time we hit Christmas Eve midnight and we were, opening up the tamales, because you got to figure with 2 kids, man, they're counting down the days since like Thanksgiving. They want to know the days, the hours. I'm moving elves on the shelves like a motherfucker. Like sometimes I wake up 4 a.m. I forgot to move the damn elf. Like by that time, I'm done with Mariah Carey. I love Home Alone. I'm done with Home Alone. I am on, like Bill Belichick says, I'm on to 2026.
Nice.
Yeah. And shout out to Amazon. They're pretty much the only one that still sends out like the old school catalogs for kids, with like all the toys, but also bum of the week them, because like they send that shit out in like early October. And that gets those kids hyped for Christmas early, and it sucks.
Yeah. Although they do make it easy. They just circle what you want and you order it online. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's not like back in the day when we would circle shit and give it to our parents or Santa, and then like they'd have to physically go find it. We just click a couple buttons and.
Oh, you guys had Toys R Us, not the Sears catalog?
Oh yeah, the Sears catalog.
Yeah. Sears. My mom worked for Montgomery Wards for many years. So I would just circle the Montgomery Ward catalog. They had the Electronic Avenue or whatever they're called. So I would circle those things whenever.
Yeah, you had the KB Toys used to have their little guy.
Yeah.
What a simpler time. Kmart even did a little something, I think.
Yeah, Kmart, and my mom used to work at the Ventures. So
Ventures.
Yeah,
Ventures was a good one.
Yeah.
I think we've had this conversation maybe on the BumCast, maybe it was a happy hour sometime, but like we got to do like a history of, I think, actually, I think I randomly saw Beef Loaf did like a history of like old defunct, like Chicagoland stores. Cause I used to fuck with Omni too. Omni was a good one.
Zayres.
Yeah. Zayres, like all of those.
Yeah.
First off, I was gonna say, shout out to JT. He was the Beef. They're the ones who were actually getting where I was going with the Sears catalog joke. That was a deep cut joke right there with the Sears catalog, and JT and Beef got the joke where I was going with that. So
you guys are being perverts.
Yeah,
that one went right over my head.
Yeah, see. The
Stone Cold Steve Austin is watching.
So I'm telling you, that was a deep cut joke, man. That was if you know, you know. One right there.
All right, let's add all them to the file.
Yeah. The pervs of the group.
Yeah. Code name Buddy Weckett.
Yeah. Zayres. Yeah, Brian says Zayres Venture.
Yeah.
There's
a couple other ones. Yeah, like we said Montgomery Ward, but like there's a good amount of them.
I remember old school like Midway Airport.
Goldblatt's.
They had a Zayre. They had a Zayres right by like 55th and Cicero, and then like couple buildings down was the A&B adult porn shop. So
we're just gonna keep driving down 47th and Cicero, Jay, aren't we?
This guy's just
yeah.
Just don't stop at the red light. Okay, just keep going.
I wonder if every single one of his memories that is stored in his memory bank is like somehow tied to something perverted.
You know what it is? You know what?
You remember that one time I choked on a cheese stick?
Jason is like the MacGyver of like, how can I fap to this? It's like, a battery, a clothespin, and some like, hey, I'm gonna make a bomb. No, Jason's like, how can I fap to this? You're the MacGyver.
Rule 86.
Yeah. Thank God Joey P is on the show.
All right, you're pardoned, Jay. You're pardoned. Just give us 5 minutes of clean.
Joey P goes the confession for all of us.
I do.
Jesus. If he did, he'd probably never leave.
I got the Pope in my background now. Shout out MSS.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So did you guys watch the Pope Mass
No, only because I didn't know it was on until I saw you live tweeting about it like it was a Bears game. So I got to give credit to you. Maybe you did feel some resentment from all the horniness and you're like, I got to watch the Pope do the mass. Although I joked in the group chat that after you were live tweeting it, I was like, Jason's just watching it to see if he does like a fucking bear claw or like a bear down or something.
I
feel
wanted
he
it. Like, give me a bear down, you know, something. You know, I felt like, you know, Southside Pope, it's our guy, you know, Pope Leo. I was like, I gotta tune in and, you know, see it. It's funny because they still do the whole, you know, like homily, whatever you want to call it, in Italian, you know, and
In Latin.
okay, oh, whatever. Okay, good job. See, and you got like the American translator, like, so, you know, telling him what he's saying. But yeah, I was hoping there would be some kind of, you know, like bear down or something from the Pope, but it was fine, you know. Need more poping though. Less of the singing and psalm. More poping. That's what I need.
More Pope pimping.
You know what? Why don't you slip him a comment card?
It's like you see the people like in the front row and everything, and it's like, how early do these people get in line to get those front row seats?
It's today for next year.
August,
Probably.
yeah. Sometime in August.
Yes.
Early.
Yeah.
It was fine though. It was started like at 11:30, went to like ended like at 1, and I was just up hungover after drinking for 7 hours. And
At least you watch mass. Credit to you.
credit to me, yeah. And then I still had to fucking put a lamb in the refrigerator before I went to bed after the Pope Mass did, sitting there getting dinner ready for tomorrow. So
Just
Now-
like rocking baby Jesus asleep.
You know, like we're all in the group chat together. We typically, you know, fire that thing up a couple times a day. And you told us about the tragedy that happened with your propane tank. Can we bum of the week the propane tank or what?
yeah. On Christmas Day, fucking had a beef tenderloin on the grill. Supposed to take it out at 3 p.m. and turned out my propane tank went out. So it was like I put thermometer in there and it was only at 80 degrees, and I was like, fuck. So had to go finish that in the oven and had it delayed. But it was already like, you know, I had it on the grill, so it was like the cook got a little uneven. Like it was, you know, one end was already at that point like more well done than the other part.
All right, now I got a question for Dougie because he is, you know, the barbecue, grilling, everything expert. Well, you can handle your own, Jason. And you guys make fun of me for only bringing out the Weber twice a year, starting in July 4th, and I put it away by August, and you guys like, you know, make fun of me that way. But my propane tanks are almost like my Jordans, like one to rock, one to stock. You don't have a backup propane tank like in the garage where it's like one's out, I'm ready for the next one. I always have. You gotta keep that thing on you.
You got to have Hank Hill on speed dial, bro.
Exactly.
Well, I was gonna say a little PSA. Go buy some merch because the Whiskey at Comiskey just ran out of propane. So.
Yeah, we're out.
No, yeah, I already had the oven going, and I do have a backup propane tank. But I just grabbed it and
Swapped it.
Yeah, I just threw it in the oven. I was like, I'm already at like 425 on the oven, you know. So, but I used the other propane tank was hooked up to the Blackstone because I did taco cart on Christmas Eve.
Oh.
My whole white family had to come over, and I made them tacos, you know, like we do in Lot B. So I had the garage open Christmas Eve, doing the and the wasn't doing this.
Almost like Mexican hibachi.
Yeah. Had the taco cart going. It was a hit, you know. Did that with some bolognese and some Thai chicken soup. I went like around the world.
Yeah,
I went around the world. So
you're like the Epcot center of Epcot world of fucking food.
It was taco cart, Thai chicken soup, bolognese, and El Gratin potatoes. Someone got everything. The menu made no sense. Yes, I do call my white family.
That's awesome. Fucking
I mean, you got to differentiate them somehow, right?
Yeah.
Jason's meal sounds like a Pinterest board. It's just random shit everywhere.
I mean, it sounds great though. I mean, that's like
it does sound great.
A Las Vegas buffet at Caesars or something, or Bellagio buffet.
Yeah. If JT, you must know, I only have one other Mexican in my family, and that's my cousin's wife who married in. So I'm the only one who gives them the Mexican culture, and my Mexican culture is as whitewashed as could possibly be. So.
Right. Have you heard of Taco de Bell?
Holy shit.
Jason.
Well, speaking of cooking, Mary found a newfound respect for me because I got called into work on Christmas morning, and I had family coming over at noon, and she had to execute all of my dishes. So she did well, though. She did very well. Shout out early MVB to her. She held it down. But afterwards she was just like, I love you. And I'm like, I love you too. So
good job. Now, I mean, your meals are extravagant and intricate. Did you have to leave them like index cards full of notes on how to do everything, or is it more like, like, hey, figure it out on your own?
It's funny you say that because especially around the holidays, and I think Jason's kind of the same way. I'm a complete psycho. I write down all of my stuff, time and temps, how long it's going to be, and I have a whole list of when this needs to go in at what time and everything like that. And I prepped a lot of stuff too, so it was just executing the finer details and stuff like that. So, but yeah, dude, setting up that list is huge for getting everything done at the right time, everything staying warm, all that.
It's like 1 p.m. take out the lamb, like 1 o'clock or 2 p.m. put lamb in, 2:20 get the grill turned on, you gotta figure out when you want to have dinner and then work your way backwards from your longest dish. And
the first year I got the Echo Dot from Alexa, dude. I set it up all on timers thinking that she would tell me what the timer was, and when I went back, so all these timers started going off, but she didn't say what it was. I'm just getting these random timers. So then I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, all right, which was this one? Which was that one? Which was this one? Which was that one? And everything's just beeping. And finally, I just fucking unplugged the thing, and I was pissed off. It was a good start.
Do you hear that? Do you guys hear that? Or
no, go ahead.
Oh no, I just want to make sure. I mean, Landon is on one right now. So.
Okay.
I was going to say, with all these excellent time management skills, Dougie and Jason, that y'all have, can y'all join IDOT and just get our construction seasons well done and underway ahead of schedule?
Impossible.
Yeah. You need to outsource that to like Japan or China or something, and they'll have that shit done in fucking like a month.
Yesterday.
Yeah, but then their shit'll crumble in about 2 years. Did you see that? did you guys see the Japan bridge? That bridge, like record-breaking, like construction, and everyone was sucking their, about building it and awesome. And obviously, it's when you get mudslides and monsoons or whatever, things happen. But like that thing didn't last 2 years, and then it came back down. I was like, yeah, dude, it'd be awesome to get construction going, and I'm sure they can glean some stuff from it. But also, when you tell me the suspension bridge got built in 3 months, I get a little nervous about it.
If they're using Timo rebar,
yeah. It's like a paper mache, like a Mexican piñata or something.
This is why we don't want their bridges.
Oh, all right. We should probably talk some Bears, but we gotta pay a quick ad before we do. Green Valley Wine and Spirits in Bolingbrook is your one-stop shop for all your liquor needs. Since their remodel, they have increased their bourbon allocation, they have an expanding portfolio of popular additive-free tequilas and mezcals, and for you beer lovers, a great craft beer selection, plus some rare and vintage stouts. And before you leave, stop by their tasting bar and try some of our exclusive Bourbon Bums single-barrel picks before you take one home. That's Green Valley Wine and Spirits, 344 Commons Drive, conveniently located right off of Route 53 and I-55 in Bolingbrook. Tell them the Bum sent you. All right, time to talk Bears, because we went into this game on a very, very high note because the scumbag Packers lost and the Bears were crowned NFC North division champions, Kings of the North. A lot of Packer tears on the socials over the weekend. It was wonderful to see. I mean, that was a great sight, seeing all the Packers tears. But it was a good game, right? I don't think any of us can hang our hats and say that wasn't an exciting game. It wasn't a fun game, losing on the last play from the 2-yard line, 42-30. But going into it, though, a lot of question marks. There was I want to start with this, was like injuries. First was Darnell Wright was sick. Roma Dunze was obviously out. DJ Moore sick. Zacchaeus sick. And then after the game, we find out that we lose Noah Swell for a good part of next season. Probably he had an Achilles injury. Luther Burn, last play, carted off the field. Sounds like he hurt his quad, but not too serious. But kind of a bad time for everyone to get the locker room flu bug on that, because DJ Moore only had one catch for 7 yards, and I feel like maybe he just wasn't at full speed, more decoy-ish.
He was sick.
Yeah. But I want to kind of talk injuries, but also kind of wondering if maybe a lot of those guys on the defense were playing kind of sick as well, and maybe that's why we gave up almost 500 yards of offense to the 49ers.
No, the Bears are the only team in the NFL to give up more than 40 points 3 times this season. They weren't sick all 3 of those times. The defense is bad. They've been, bend, don't break, and this time they broke and didn't bend at all. It started off hot with the interception, and then after that, it was like, I tweeted it. We all knew it. I tweeted out, but it was like, this is going to be a dogfight. This is going to be a shootout. Like, we knew that was going to happen. I do think it stinks that they got sick, right? Like it's bad timing, but almost, I'd rather them all catch the flu and stuff now than in 2 weeks, right? So it's like, it's going around. I talked about it last week. My family was down for the better part of 10 days. Everyone's sick. I know Mailman Jack, his bum and MVB is the flu because his family's sick. Dougie, you feel like you're coming down with something. It's hard, especially, you're training, you're in the locker rooms, you're in meetings together, you're in all this stuff. These things tend to happen. So while it sucks and while it's bad timing, it's never great timing. I'd much rather them be sick now than in 2 weeks. So, and we always said this game was probably going to be a loss, right? Like we all had it as a loss. We knew that the 49ers were very, very good. I waxed poetic about them last week, telling people like they have a chance to control their own destiny, and they're probably going to be the 1 seed, and they're going to have a home game for the entire playoffs and possibly the Super Bowl if they get that far. So they're going to be at home since like this week, next week, and then like the entirety of the playoffs. That's a team to be reckoned with. And while this game did suck, like we mentioned, losing like this is bad. This game showed us that the Bears could hang with anybody and they could win any type of game. If you want to do the 13-10 game, the Bears can sometimes do that, probably with the worst teams in the league. But if you need a shootout, this was their litmus test. And while they lost, I don't think anybody of us could be like, oh no, like, because the 49ers are just as good as anybody. And now they played the Packers and beat them. They played the Eagles, who are in the playoffs, and beat them. And they went toe to toe with the best offense in the NFL right now. So it's like, even though they lost, I gained confidence. And we talk about no moral victories, but it's as close to a moral victory as you can get.
For me personally, I think that Caleb Williams himself established and got a lot of if they weren't already on his back, mainstream media, I think after last night's performance, I think a lot more hopped on. I didn't get to watch much TV this morning and check out Sports Centers and all the other usual talk shows and talking heads, but I can't see how they could not now at this point just say, okay, Caleb was the right pick at number 1. This guy's obviously going out there doing majestic stuff. He's doing Williams things, not Mahomes things, Williams things, because he's already carving his own path in the NFL. And it's that takeaway from me is all I needed to see last night. I still went to bed happy. Dougie.
Yeah, no, I agree with your sentiment there. We've got our quarterback, we've got our coach. If you look at, we were games in 0-2 and doubting everything. Did we get the right coach? Did we have the right quarterback? But I think all of those questions have been answered now. I feel everybody as a fan base has confidence, and I I I got to be honest with you. I mean, did any of you guys have a doubt that we were going to score there? Because I mean,
No, and you know what's crazy, Dougie? We sang your praises about you never a doubting and chin up all season long. And as insufferable as Chris Collinsworth is, he made a point that I agreed with at the end of the game. The way this game was going, it was just going back and forth, back and forth. Whoever had the final possession was probably going to win the game. Now, it didn't happen, but I much rather would be in the Bears position knowing that Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams have the last opportunity to score and win the game than to make the defense hold on. So, like, even though they were down 4 points, I'd rather that happen because we've seen it in the past. They've done it all season long. Now, people can argue about like the timeouts again. I know there's people second guessing the timeouts and the clock management and stuff like that. But overall, you get down to the, 4-yard line with a play to go to win the game. The execution wasn't there, but they were there, man. Like they could have and should have probably won that game. So like, yeah, like I'm not second guessing anything.
Right. Yeah. The one thing that I will say left a little bit of a bitter taste in my mouth is I'd rather go down with it being like, 4th down and you not making the play than you having more chances, but just not enough clock, that stings, because now you're like, all right, man, if we just could have done this or just could have done that, like, I don't know. That just stings a little bit when you still got bullets left in the chamber, but you ain't got, you ain't got no time left.
And the only things like you could probably second guess, and it's not even second guessing, is like the drops hurt. The drops hurt, and like the Colson Loveland and Luther Bird, and those guys are sure-handed all season long. They dropped 2 passes that would have helped with the clock management. And then the last thing was like the penalties, right? Like the Bears needed one more takeaway to win the game. They got it. But the illegal hands in the face was just unlucky. At that point, garbage. It was the right call, but it was just unfortunate, right? You put your hand on your chest instead of your face. I don't think that negates the play all that much. I still think he makes that interception, whether or not he puts his hand, on the helmet. Yeah, like his neck moved, but like the route was still ran. He still read the he still read the route and jumped the route for the interception. So it's like they were there, man. They were this close, and the defense stunk. But like they were one penalty away from, needing what they needed to do to win the game.
Yeah. And I think one of the bad things, unfortunate timing issues as well, was we lost to that Green Bay. We lost the game in Green Bay in similar fashion. And I think just recency bias on that gave the Packers a blueprint on what to do in that scenario because it was almost identical. And if you look at it, they got pressure on the left side, and Caleb was forced to run out. We all said that he throws better when he scrambles to his right. He gets forced to his left again. So skips the first time he, threw the ball bad, in Lambeau. And then this one he skipped as, well. But I think the Packers just gave the Niners a blueprint on what to do in that 4th and goal scenario. I did see a tweet from Barstool, a few minutes ago about DJ Moore like dancing in the end zone. He was wide open, but then at that point,
nobody's making that throw.
Yeah, he's got to throw from across the field over his shoulder. Like that's
no.
Line. At that point, if DJ Moore's that wide open, he's got to start running back.
Yes, he was out there emoting like a Fortnite character instead of running. I mean, he literally had like 20 yards between. Everyone was on one side of the field, and he's on the corner. Make it a little bit easier for your quarterback to see you instead of just jumping. And I understand you're trying to get his attention. Maybe get closer to him to make that play. But that was going to be an impossible play. That throw is the throw that we tell, rookie and second-year quarterback to not make. You can't go across your body, across the field to like an impossible throw. I really thought and Ben Johnson took in the press conference, he took blame saying he didn't get the play call in early enough for Caleb and the team to get aligned properly, and they kind of ran like a patchwork play. Watching it the first time, like live, I wonder if they thought that Kyle Shanahan was going to take a timeout, because I thought he was, typically in those last play of the games, you want to see their alignment. You see what personnel they come out, and then you call a timeout, and then you have to adjust from there. I have a feeling they were waiting for Shanahan to call a timeout, and he never did. And I made a joke of like Shanahan being Shanahan. He kind of like messes up from time to time. That's typically in the playoffs. He's a very good coach, and he's got this team buzzing. I thought it was really smart of him to not take that timeout.
Yeah, because to your point, Baloney, that he probably he buffed us out of the play that we actually wanted to call, waiting for that play to happen and for that timeout to happen. And as soon as that timeout didn't happen, Ben's like, shit, I should have done the play I wanted to do in the first place.
Yeah, or Shanahan. I mean, obviously, these coaches watch, film ad nauseum. He probably looked at this thing and was like, yeah, they're not getting set up right. Fuck this. Let's let it roll and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
It's either going to be a trick play or it's going to be something, busted. And obviously, from the way it sounds, it was busted.
There's two. Go ahead.
I was going to say, this mailman Jack comment here. I started. Sorry, that was not the one I want to pull up. This one here. I thought about this morning. I Monday morning quarterbacked this. And I was like, what if they, you just try to bully ball it in and push it in? I was like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Everyone knows it's going to be a pass. So what if you do a little run on that and catch him off guard?
At this point, I think Caleb has done enough to earn, putting the ball in his hands in for the last play of the game. I also thought like people were talking about Swift being open in the flats really early on in that last play. One, you had a safety coming over. We don't know if Swift gets there. And if he throws that and he doesn't get to the end zone, we're going to be second guessing, like, why would you run and throw it to the flats? Like you got to throw it in the end zone. So a lot of people were like, they should have ran it or they should have thrown it early to Swift in the flat. Those are both tough calls. That's the Monday morning quarterback, like shoulda, coulda, woulda. I have no problem with the play call. And I mean, it just sucks that they didn't execute it properly.
Yeah. I mean, but hopefully this is something that Ben and the coaching and the offense, they work on, because you've had 2 games now that were lost on 4th and goal, final play of the drive. So there's 2 blueprints out there now for how to stop the Bears in that scenario. So now they got to fix, plug those holes in next time you convert and you execute.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to win them all like that. Like they've won a good amount of last second, fourth quarter, comebacks.
Yeah.
And if I'm Ben, I'm scrapping those plays, because to contradict you, Jay, I don't want anybody else to know and use those plays against me now.
Yeah. So going back to the defense for a second here, I saw like a lot of people like in the Reddits and like on Twitter and everything, saying that Dennis Allen, isn't the right defensive coordinator to lead this team. And I want to get your thoughts on him, because they do lead the league in takeaways. Yes, the defense was super bad yesterday. I mean, there's no bones about that. But do you think is this more of Dennis Allen's scheme? Is this more personnel that he doesn't have because of the pass rush and the injuries? Because I personally don't think that this is a Dennis Allen issue. I think that he's doing a great job with what he's got, and the turnovers are a good scenario. So I think I think that the people who are in the social media bitching about Dennis Allen are very misguided, because the Bears are doing great things on defense despite all the deficiencies that he's being presented with. And I want to know if you guys agree with that or not.
No, I think he's doing as best case scenario with the people that he's been given. I mean, 49ers have been doing this to everyone the last 4 weeks. Like Brock Purdy had this exact game last week against the Colts. I saw a tweet from Clay Harbor. It says the Bears' lowest defensive grades against the 49ers, minimum 17 snaps. Tremaine Edmonds was a 47.9. He had 7 for 7 passes completed against them and 2 touchdowns. Montez Sweat was a 46.4 grade in a 29 grade against the run. TJ Edwards was a 46 grade, and Grady Jarrett was 33.7. He had a 34.4 run defensive grade. You see those guys, those are big name guys. I did the math. $55 million against the cap between those four guys. Those are the four guys that should be winning you games. And the fact that those are the worst four graded out against the Niners, that's the problem, is that you don't have a pass rush. You're chasing. I mean, the linebackers are always chasing. And then, like, as much as like the takeaways with Nahshon Wright, yeah, he could punch the ball out. He recovered some fumbles, and he's a ball hawk when thrown his way. He also gives up a shit ton of big plays. Like he's a third, fourth stringer for a reason, you know? So like against these good teams, against the upper echelon teams, this defense doesn't have anything to really hold its hat against. Yes, they cause some turnovers and they are ball hawks, but against good teams that don't turn the ball over all that much, it's going to be hard to win games on defense. I think like they're all going to have to be shootouts.
Yeah. I think that, you know, to piggyback what you're saying, Peter, Dennis Allen, to me, he's playing with the cards he's dealt. In other words, he's got chicken poop and he's turning it into chicken salad to say. So to say, but at the same token, you know, you've got I got to bring some of the bright spots. You know, Austin Booker again had the only sack, right? From what I saw in the recap,
yeah,
he's the only sack. I mean, the kid's been bringing it for the last 3 or 4 weeks. So I like a lot what you said about the guys who are, you know, a major dent in our cap not performing when they should. I don't know, Dougie, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I know that they had that one penalty lining up offsides. Like that shit just infuriates me, you know, lining up offsides. But yeah, they definitely have to go out and find something else, you know, this off season. I know we've been talking about it like ad nauseum almost every week now. You know, Max Crosby's trying to get out of there. I don't know if we have the capital or want to give up draft capital for that.
It'd have to be DJ Moore, someone get his contract off the books if you want Max Crosby.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, but then it would also probably be 2 firsts, you know, so it would almost replicate, you know, what like the Khalil Mack trade looked like, but a little beefier, right, in my opinion. But yeah, it stinks. So you basically just gotta go out there and draft and hope that you get the next guy, you know, you know, build from within. But they definitely gotta do something. And as far as the question about Dennis Allen, like I think this year, you know, unfortunately, I think we're gonna see like a lot of these coaches get poached, you know. I think you could see like some of them getting jobs elsewhere, you know, in like a little bit of a better role. Maybe not Dennis Allen, but some of the guys underneath him. But I think that he is drawing up everything that he can with what he has. You know this guy's got life in him. You know, you can see it when a play doesn't go right or when a play does go right. You know, he cares. You know, that's I don't want to say half the battle, you know, like you can care and still suck, but you know, I would love to see what he could actually do with the proper pieces, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Brock Purdy should have been sacked at least 4 or 5 times yesterday. You know,
yeah, he's good, man. He's shifty.
He's good.
Yeah.
He is, but you know, you have a couple decent pass rushers and you know, he's not getting out of the pocket in a couple of those, you know, a couple of those escapes, eludes. But yeah, I don't think that Dennis Allen is the issue on this team. It's number one, it's defensive line, and number 2, it's the injuries, and that's what it is. Yeah. So I agree with you, Dougie. I don't think he's going anywhere. You know, he's not getting poached for a head coaching job, at least
no, not him,
not this coaching cycle.
I will say though, Dougie, you made a great point, and it's something that is already starting. And there's rumors. There's a report from like a Detroit Lions like staff reporter, like media reporter, talking about how the offensive coordinator is going to be probably one and done. And there sounds like Dan Campbell is going to try to poach somebody back that like that Ben Johnson took. I think the 2 big names on this coaching staff that could probably deserve a promotion and it probably won't be from within. They're going to move on to somewhere else because they've done a good job, is Al Harris, the cornerback coach, or like the secondary coach. Al Harris is a very good coach, and I think he is probably in line for it. And Eric Bieniemy. Eric Bieniemy has shown in this league that he's a very good coach, a very good offensive coordinator. Right now, he's our running back coach, and the running backs have been awesome all season long. I think Eric Bieniemy has like earned like another shot at like play calling. So those are the two names that I think are probably going to go if they do get poached. The only thing I could hope for is something that happened with the Lions after their first run at it, is that everyone stuck together knowing that like, hey, we got something special, you know, let's maybe give it one more shot at this before we, you know, break up the band, if you will. And this is crazy to talk about year one of Ben Johnson's coaching cycle. Like this is way too early to be talking about coaches getting poached, by the way.
No, I know.
But it's a good problem.
The coaching tree.
That's the good problem
Ben
to have.
coaching tree.
It's the really good problem to have, and this is what really good teams have to deal with all the time. So it's like, let's sign me up for some of those.
Yeah, it's absolutely, you know, you can't not take notice of this, you know. I mean, like the turnaround that has happened, you know. So obviously people that want a quick turnaround are going to look at pieces that are part of that quick turnaround, you know. But yeah, I believe Al Harris, I think, is going to be the first one to go.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Okay, so yesterday, as we met, yes. DJ Moore was hurt. No Zacchaeus. Rome was out. So it was the Colston and Luther show. Colston had 6 catches, 94 yards, and that touchdown on the penalty, and then Luther Burden 8 catches, 138 yards, touchdown with the great over the shoulder catch in the end zone. I think Luther Burden is probably one of the most electric receivers I've seen in a long time. I mean, his route running, his elusiveness, it's on par. And I was kind of disappointed when the Bears didn't take Tyler Warren, and I'm okay with that now because Loveland is awesome, man. And I think next season you're going to see really, really good things from these two, where there's going to be 5 guys on offense that are playmakers on the receiving side. Moore, Dunze, Luther, Kmet, Love. Like that's insane. But breakout game for Colston and Luther. I want to get your guys' thoughts on their 2 performances.
So the one thing that I'm going to point out, and like it kind of actually blew my mind because we've been seeing it nothing. Sorry, I'm not feeling good. We've been seeing it like crazy this whole season is drops, and then to hear that was Loveland's first drop in that moment,
his second. He did drop one, and he did drop. Yeah, Collinsworth got that wrong. Big shot. He did drop. That drop in the Packers game. That was actually his first drop.
Okay. I mean, still like that's
sure-handed.
Yeah. That's still it's still refreshing to hear. That's pretty much all I got.
No, I think the coming out party of Luther Burden is something that everyone was all expecting, right? Like we were expecting this to happen, maybe hopefully early in the year, but it sounded like, and again, I'm going to quote Chris Collinsworth because they had that meeting with Ben Johnson, the day before the game. And I guess they talked about like they brought Luther Burden along slowly, kind of on purpose. That's what you kind of want to do with the rookies, right? Like sometimes you don't have the luxury to do that. Monungai was thrown into the fire. Ozzie Trapillo was thrown into the fire. But Luther Burden had time to, learn under Romadunze when he was done, and he's still young, but like DJ Moore and all that stuff, and kind of get him, get his feet wet before you get out there. But there's a reason why he had a first-round grade, and like everyone thought that he was a steal when the Bears got him. Like this guy is a playmaker, and I don't know if it was you, Jason, or somebody mentioned it early in the year. It could have been someone else. It could have been you. Maybe I'll give you credit. But you said, do you see him being like the number 1 or number 2 next year? And now looking at what they have, I could easily see him, like jumping both DJ Moore and Romadunze. Because Romadunze's been very good. Obviously, it stinks that he's hurt right now. He does have a propensity to drop some things. But Rome Odunze's route running is really good as well. I remember the stats of last year. Like Rome Odunze was open more than any other receiver in the league. And like if you have two of those guys now that are always open in Ben Johnson's system with a Caleb Williams that is getting the bump up, and like he's, the last 6 games you could visually see Caleb Williams took a level up, So yeah, it's awesome. But Luther Burden, man, he is as advertised.
Yeah, I think aside, because you guys have talked up Luther enough and how much of a great pick that ended up being in a steal. Like I heard also Collinsworth say on the broadcast last night. I'm just more happy that Loveland worked out over everyone that was, crapping on Tyler Warren not getting picked. And if you do the side-by-side comparison of their stats right now, they're literally neck and neck. If not, Loveland might have one more TD or something along those lines. So I think it worked out. And I'm a huge Ryan Poles supporter. Let King Poles cook. And, he himself, first time general manager, I think just like Luther was brought on a slower track. I think now after King Poles has gotten a few drafts under his belt, and this one being his best draft ever this year, he's going to get better and better. So,
yeah. And going back to Caleb, like Peter, you had the tweet out there when he threw the touchdown pass to Luther. That was a flick of the wrist. Like you see, like the arm strength of that. He didn't even step through that. That was just a bloop.
Well, we said, I mean, we've been very vocal about like one of the, and it's not just us, everyone with eyeballs. So like the one thing that missing is the deep ball, and we couldn't figure it out. Like he didn't have this problem in college, but for some reason the deep ball was just missing. For the better part of 2 seasons. It seems like the last like month, the deep ball is there now. Yeah. So it's like that's just like the Loveland the Loveland thing was awesome just because like we've seen like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers like have that type of like free play and capitalize it. We've never seen a Bears quarterback do that. Like I think I can remember one time Jay Cutler caught somebody offside and then they had a big play about it. But I mean, we're talking about like 10 years ago, So it's like the fact that now with the cadence, and they've talked about the cadence that Caleb Williams has, that he changed it this offseason with Ben Johnson. If he's drawing people off sides, which he has been the last couple of games, and now you get these free plays, that's the kind of like wily veteran stuff that like really good quarterbacks make. That Loveland touchdown was awesome, but that Burden touchdown was that like not many quarterbacks can make that throw.
Yeah. I mean, and you look at the difference on them too. The Loveland one was a over the top just dime, and the Loveland, that was a fucking rocket 40-yard throw. Like there was no air on that one. That was just pure fucking gunslinging right there. And then, last week with the DJ Moore walk-off on Green Bay, like that's three touchdowns in the span of 2 weeks where they were over 40 yards. Like the deep balls, he found it somehow. And credit to either clicking or the coaching staff working with them. But like finally seeing that deep ball that we were all like just, oh my God, you threw him short or you overthrew him by 10 yards. Like, come on, man. Like you got to figure out the deep ball. The deep ball was working in the Dallas game week 3. And you're like, okay, deep ball, finally we're good. And then it like went away the entire season. Good to see it back. So we're going to need that in the postseason, man. We got so many good weapons that can run those deep routes, especially with Luther Burden, being able to do some post routes. And obviously DJ Moore, with the speed. So the accuracy's back on that, and let's keep it going because we're going to need it against the Lions next week.
And
too.
it's only going to get better when Rome is healthy. Like it sounds like he's almost ready to go. I don't know. You probably want to sit him another week. There's no reason to play him. Although, if you listen to the press conference earlier today, I was driving and I was listening to it on, Wadon Sylvie carried it. The first question from Courtney Cronin is like, hey, like, is there a chance maybe you rest some players? And he was adamant. Ben Johnson said, we're going out on Sunday and we're going to try to win a football game. I think, Ben wants, to send a message to a reeling Lions team that like the Lions were really good to start the year. They've been, not as good of late. and it's almost like the script has flipped, where it's like the Bears were kind of fluttering because they're a new system and a new team at the beginning of the year, and they're finally catching, their stride. It's crazy that, like Ben Johnson said, we want to play our best football in January and February, and the Bears are playing their best football in December and January, and they are. Like this team looks drastically different than it did 6, 7, 8 weeks ago.
This is going to be a redemption game for Ben Johnson.
Yeah,
I think wholeheartedly.
Oh, yeah.
They got wiped off the field.
Yeah, 50 burger.
Yeah, so that's why.
So this was the first game this season that Caleb threw for over 300 yards, threw for 330. I think I saw he needs like 270 to get the 4,000 mark. So against the Lions, that's pretty doable this week. So I'm hoping we finally get that Caleb 4K patent pending. But yeah, so we talked about Lions. Let's segue into this, because there was a lot of, I grabbed this off Reddit. And here is the potential. This is from Dojam 331. Here are all of the scenarios. So obviously, if we, beat the Lions, we get the number 2 seed. But that's if we would play the Packers at that point if we beat the Lions, or the Eagles lose. We would go back and play the 49ers. If we lose, Eagles beat the Commanders, Seahawks beat the 49ers, and Rams win out. They have to win tonight. They're losing 21-0 currently.
Yeah, they're getting pants.
Jesus, I need some Rams offense. What the fuck?
Dude, they look like shit.
Yeah,
this is not good.
So Rams are probably not going to win out. Bears will take on the Rams if we lose to Detroit. Eagles beat the Commanders, 49ers beat the Seahawks, and Rams win out, which they won't. Bears versus Seahawks if Chicago loses to the Lions. Eagles beat Commanders, and Rams lose to Falcons. So they're probably weak. So we might get if we do lose, it looks like we're going to get the Seahawks. If we win, we get the Packers. Obviously, I think all of us were going to say we want the Packers because we want to fucking curb stomp them at home. But do you guys have a preference? Just take out the cheesehead graders. What's a better matchup, Packers or Seahawks?
Give me the Packers. Of those 4 teams, the Packers are the worst, and there's a reason. They're the 7 seed. They're reeling. They're hurt. And even if they have Jordan Love back, I feel like the Bears' best chance against those 4 teams is to beat the Packers at home. Other than that, I definitely don't want to beat. I'd rather play the Seahawks than the Rams or the 49ers. Give me, our chances with Sam Darnold as opposed to Matthew Stafford, because Matthew Stafford, everyone's like, oh yeah, the Rams, play at SoFi or whatever. If they have to come to us, Stafford's very familiar with Soldier Field, so it's like it's not like he hasn't played in the cold. And then the 49ers, I'd rather avoid them until the NFC Championship when we get our get back. So it's the Packers, man. I think for me at least.
Yeah. Also, the Rams, I was watching a little bit of the pregame tonight or whatever. It looks like Devontae Adams could have went tonight if he wanted to. So he's ready to go. So they're gonna have that weapon back again, which is just gonna open up more for Puka. Yeah, I don't want to see the Rams. I agree with Bologna. I'd rather see the latter of either Green Bay or Seattle.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. Packers, it is. Brother Jay, I agree. Curb stomp them, Seth Rollins style. The amount of ramifications to shut up Packers fans this season if we get 2 wins over them, and it's playoffs,
yeah,
and we get to drink more Packers tears. Sign me up.
Yeah, what's crazy too is like the Packers shouldn't even be in the fucking playoffs right now because of the cookie cutter participation trophy Mickey Mouse award that they did. Bears should have a bye. I want the old school, man. Bears get the 2 seed, we get a bye. Packers get sent home, go to Cancun. But instead now we got to take care of business one more time. But I like the old school 1 and 2 get a bye. Do you guys like the old school way, or are you like the new format with the 7 teams in?
I don't. We would be saying something differently if the Bears didn't win the division, especially in a year where literally 2 weeks ago, we were worried that the Bears could win 11 games and not get into the playoffs. So it's like, you know what? If that's the case, give me the 7 seed, and you kind of like, because once you get in, the NFL, it's shown enough times. Once you're in, it's a crapshoot, right?
Mhm.
There's going to be upsets. There's going to be things that you don't predict. So while it does stink that, the Bears had such a good season that they played themselves to a 2 seed and still have to play the first week of the playoffs, I like it. I like that, but I will say it's not like the college football scenario where it's like, this is it. Don't get to 8 teams. Like the 7 is enough, and like just draw the line there. Because you could see Goodell getting greedy, and by Goodell I mean the owners and everyone else, TV rights and stuff, saying like, all right, let's just get one more in. Let's make it 8 and go from there. But I mean, I'm happy with the 7.
Yeah. Me personally, and I don't, I shouldn't be this way, but bye weeks scare the shit out of me, dude. Like, I feel like I like my team to be in a rhythm and keep going and everything like that. I feel like, obviously you get healthy, everything like that, but I feel like there's a bit of complacency and everything like that. I mean, and you see it happen. I mean, Lions, everybody thought that they were winning the Super Bowl last year, or at least making it to the Super Bowl. They got knocked in the first round or second round after their first round bye. I, for whatever reason, I just like that fluidness of going.
Now, go ahead, Joey.
No, I was just going to quickly say I'm fine with 7 teams in. I'm fine with the 1 team bye. It's fine. But Goodell, please do not become silver like the NBA did just to want to get LeBron James in. So if there's a retiring quarterback trying to make the playoffs, please do not make sure that, you add that 8th team that quarterback ends up being. There's no NBA play in here, okay? Sorry, brother.
Now, this was something I was thinking about this week, and I actually talked about it with Julie today. And this is a very meathead take, and I understand that. Typically, I want to try to stay, practical and pragmatic about things. But there's some football meathead in me, and I admit it, where I kind of like that they lost against the 49ers, because if you didn't lose against the 49ers, what are the odds that the Bears win 9-10 games in a row, right? Like, it's just hard to win 10 games in a row. And it's like, you get the loss, you reset, you have 2 division opponents probably in the Lions and then the Packers, and then you could see some, make some ground. Does that make sense at all to you, where it's like you kind of want to lose before the playoffs and kind of like reset instead of like coming into the playoffs with like a big win streak?
Rub the stink on you just to get it off.
I don't know. It makes
something
no
about
sense,
Mary
right?
going
You
to
want to
bathroom
win
first.
You want to win as many games as possible, but in my mind, I was like, it's not the worst thing that they lost.
No, I agree, because like the Packers now or 49ers, they won 6 in a row, and we said like I told last week that the Packers or the Packers, the 49ers defense didn't scare me as much because of all the injuries. And to be honest, like the 49ers with all their winning, they might be frauds. They might be like Jose's fantasy football team and just all the win streaks, and then they lose right away. So they might be frauds.
I don't think they're frauds, man. I think that offense is as legit as they can be, especially they've been doing this without Kittle. I will say their defense is just as fraudulent as the Bears. That's the problem. Yeah. They're just as fraudulent as the Bears, but I think they're very good. But like we mentioned last week, if you look at both sides, the AFC and NFC, and I actually only have the NFC up here, but like anybody could be beat. It's wide the fuck open. No one's running away with this. Right. I don't trust, Seattle has their warts. The Bears have their warts. Philly has their warts. No one's unbeatable. So it's like, get in the dance and see what happens.
Right. I mean, even on the AF side, I think the true fraud, is the Patriots. And I think they're going to get exposed.
Yeah.
Because I believe as of right now, they only have 1 win against teams over 500.
They've had a very easy schedule, but they're doing what they're supposed to. They're beating up on easy teams. Right. And Drake May, I didn't want to give him as much credit as everyone was giving him. I watched a couple of the last few weeks. I mean, he's fucking good, man. Yeah, so it's like it's crazy. Vrabel, gets his teams ready to go, even with like lesser talent in Tennessee. Those teams were always competing. So I don't know if there's I I think the AFC is just as wide open.
Well, didn't he say he was going to cut his dick off or something?
He said he's well. Also, Ben Johnson said he would cut his nuts off for a Super Bowl. He said that on Part of My Take. So you know what? Let's get Patriots Bears Super Bowl and run back 85. Somebody's losing some nuts.
So Bears play the Lions 3:25. It'll be the NFL game of the week, at least in my mind. I don't know if it's officially announced as the game of the week, but the Sunday night. I thought it was going to be Sunday night game potentially, but they decided to. NFL just can't resist putting Aaron Rodgers on prime time, so it's
that's a big ass rivalry, and those games, even those teams, you know, like it won't be an offensive showdown. Those two teams are going to kill each other. I just hope this is the last time I have to see Aaron Rodgers on a primetime game, personally, and he can go fuck off forever. So. You don't want to see him in Minnesota next year?
Oh God! Just follow the cycle. All right, that wraps up our Bears talk here. We're gonna play a quick ad for us and suck our own dicks.
ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com is the home for all Chicago sports bums merch. We have Bears, Hawks, socks, and Bums merch available. Anything you need to get ready for a big game or a Chicago sports bums event. Remember, all profits go directly back into our Whiskey at Comiskey tailgates to keep the beer and food free for everyone. So head over to ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com and pick up a couple Toot Tree shirts today.
All right, we had a long week, all busy. You guys working, doing your outside stuff, and then we had like our events over the weekend, so we didn't really have a crazy nonsense segment. So we're just gonna do open forum. If anyone in the comments wants to bring up a topic to talk about, we're just gonna shoot the shit for about a good 30 minutes or so before we bum and MVP some people. But the one thing I want to start off with, I think it was Christmas Eve night or Christmas Day. I can't remember one of the days. They blur together. I saw on Twitter that famed astrophysicist, whatever you want to call him, Neil deGrasse Tyson, he was trending on the Twitter machine. So I went to his page, and I'm looking and I'm just like, he was talking about Rudolph and stuff, and he was getting people all riled up on Christmas. But then I looked and I was like, you're a strange astrophysicist. This is a profile picture. What are we doing, dude? You're supposed to be like professional, like acclaimed, smart, and you're going damn gym vibes here, man.
Yeah,
I love this.
Dude,
Grinder
literally,
profile.
I mean, all he does is talk about solar system. He's literally going suns out, guns out.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
I give my guy here credit.
All right.
I mean, he's trying to branch out. Okay, he's trying to show off he got some swag. He's trying to slay here. Let him slay.
Yeah. So in the comments, best caption for this picture. Caption for this.
Please help us. That'd be good.
Yeah, this pic says you up. Are we? Is he single? He might be. Yeah, he might be. I don't blame him. He also, show me
that moon baby.
He's. How old do you think he is? He's probably in his 60s, right? Late 50s, early 60s. He's in pretty decent shape. He's got the guns out. I know somebody in the comments that likes to wear sleeveless shirts all the time.
He's 67, and he is married to his wife. He has been married, okay. So they've been married. But he's 67 years old. So
that's
fucking Gordo.
That's mean. No, wait, but go back to the tweet, because I thought that's what you were gonna bring up.
No, I don't. I mean, like. He was talking about Rudolph being misgendered.
Yeah, it says, in case you didn't know, both male and female reindeer grow antlers. But males lose them in late autumn. Okay.
All Santa's reindeer are therefore female, which means Rudolph is persistently misgendered. So
I did not know that.
So that was the tweet that set off everyone on Christmas and had him trending. And the first thing I noticed was, was trying to go for the daddy vibes.
Yeah. So yeah.
Also bold move with the phone case like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He looks like a real life Cleveland Brown from Family
Family
Guy. Yeah.
Oh,
All the
Jerry
windows letting
O'Sullivan
stink out.
saying guy hasn't written a paper in years. He does TV spots. He's a fraud. I like
Ooh.
this guy. Usually I'm scrolling like Instagram reels or TikTok whenever he pops up, or Hank Green. Are you guys familiar with Hank Green? He's very similar to them, where they talk space or physics and stuff like that. And I'm too dumb to watch actual science stuff, but I'll watch a TikTok or a reel. So I enjoy Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I did watch the whole like mini series thing he did on Fox like 10 years ago or whatever.
Like 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it, and I was like, oh, this guy's knows what he's talking about. Like, it's kind of cool. I don't know if I can take him seriously now anymore with that profile picture, man. I need my scientist looking professional, not like what Beef said, you up.
It's weird that you're offended by this.
Yeah, I kind of respect the game.
I do. I'm telling you, from the jump, I saw this. I'm like, okay, dude, slay. Okay.
Ugh.
But I will say,
he's got the wedding ring right there in the picture. You could
Right.
see it. So it's like he's not trying to do anything nefarious. Maybe he's just proud of, Joey P. You back in the day used to hashtag everything fit fam. Maybe he's part of the fit fam.
we still part of that club, kind of.
Yeah. Astronomist in the streets and the explorer in the sheets.
Exactly.
Yeah, I never followed his stories though, because all my astrological knowledge that I always obtained growing up on TV, especially on Spanish television, was Walter Mercado, RIP.
Oh my God. Now you want to talk about frauds. That guy, he made a living on taking people's money.
Sarah's always on point though, Peter.
I got another topic here for you guys. This is right up Joey P's alley. I want to get. You're the expert. You're going to be the expert in this right now, Joe. Okay.
Oh,
Let's go, bro.
I saw this on Reddit, and I was like, we got to show it. Somebody asked, Ford City Bears.
Oh, hell yeah.
Sandy said it. We were talking about it with Ulises on the car ride towards Hoffman Estates Saturday night to AEW. There's so much there. You've got literally, you could build 6 football stadiums on those entire grounds. And I know the current owners are trying to sell it off to make it more warehousing and, stuff that will not be leased out probably, because who wants to go there? Bedford Park is already packed enough as it is with a bunch of unoccupied vacant buildings for commercial space use. And that's what they want to do with the space now. But yeah, shout out Sandy P. This is her idea. She had it first. She said, and if the Bears didn't want to do it, Jerry Reinsdorf can move the Chicago White Sox to Ford City.
Oh, hell yeah. Now we're talking South Side, baby. Southwest Side. Sign me up for all of that. I complained about, we all complained about Kevin Warren and the rigmarole that he's doing with Friends of the Park and the city of Arlington Heights. And now, Hammond, Indiana, or the governor of Indiana trying to do whatever they want. He'll be back in my good graces if Ford City Bears are a thing, dude. It's just a quick ride down 79th for me. I'd be in for Bears or White Sox. Sign me up.
Either one. And then her point also she makes is Midway Airport is literally a 10-minute drive.
Yes.
So think about teams flying in and out, everybody.
Yeah, you build a couple hotels there.
Well, they already have the district there on 63rd Street. So there's a whole
nicer ones.
Is the porno shop on Cicero still there by 79?
Why are you the one asking the question? You know the answer to
that. I'm just curious. On 77th and Cicero, it's still there.
By chance, are their hours still
24?
Data centers. Ain't nobody want that.
Yeah, I know. For fucking AI and shit. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I personally still want Arlington Heights, but this is definitely better than Northwest Indiana. I'd rather have Ford City than Northwest Indiana any day.
Power rank the 4. Soldier, where it currently is, Arlington Heights, Northwest Indiana, Ford City.
Arlington 1, Ford City 2, current 3, Indiana 4.
I'm going exactly what HBIC just said, but I'm going Soldier currently at 4.
Okay.
I hate it.
Joey?
I'm going Ford City, 1, because it's across the street. 2, I don't know. I want a shorter commute. I'll do Northwest Indiana. 3, Soldier Field. 4, Arlington Heights. Get the F out of here. That's too far for me.
Yeah, I'm going Ford City 1. I mean, that's literally straight down 79th for me. So that sign me up for that. Northwest Indiana 2. We talked about it already, so I'm not going to repeat it, but I don't have the issues with Northwest. If you're telling me the exact same amenities are going to Northwest Indiana than it is to Arlington Heights, who gives a fuck where it's at? Just build what they're supposed to build. It's the same distance to me, actually a little closer. So give me the Indiana Bears 2. Give me Arlington 3 and Soldier 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Joe, you might, if the Bears did move to Fort City, you would probably have to sell your house and turn it into a rental property, just Airbnb it.
No, we're tailgating in Joey P's front lawn. Not even back lawn, front lawn.
We'll fill up the whole driveway, guys.
Lot P.
Hell yeah.
Lot P.
Lot P.
Lot P.
Lot P tailgates.
Sell the shirts.
Yeah. Love it.
All right,
That's
you guys
find,
ready? I got one more talk, but I'll let you guys jump in if you want. Any topics you guys want to bring up?
You got exhaust yours,
You're rolling.
and then we'll go with the next one, because I got one, and it's something we talked about pre-show. But let's exhaust all your options.
All right, because gonna unload the chamber here. I did see that there was a bunch. It's January 1st coming along. It's a couple days away, and that's when all the new laws usually take into effect in Illinois. So I had a couple here that caught my attention, and just want to get your call them out and get your guys' takes on some of these. First one, let's go back up to the quad box here. Hotel soaps are phased out. No more small soaps in your hotel room anymore. It has to be the big boys, so you can't steal soaps anymore.
Good.
Yeah.
Any of you use the soaps in the hotel? I don't trust those things.
No, I always bring them from home.
We all know what's in there. Some mischievous people are doing stuff to those soaps, and
I never thought about that until right now.
Oh yeah, are you kidding me? Yeah. No, that's the first thing I think of. I'm like, I'm not using it. I always bring my own.
Why is my shampoo working like hair gel? Why is my
yeah, exactly. Coming out after your shower looking like something about Mary.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's cool with me. No soaps.
Yeah,
I bring my own.
Yeah, I always bring my own soaps too. I just thought that's it seems to be the trend now. And it's kind of like an end of an era where you used to get little soap containers. So, reservation app regulations. You cannot sell a third party, like a reservation for a restaurant through a third party anymore. So like if you this was a big thing where people were booking, like scooping up like reservations at like high-end restaurants and then selling them. There was actually an app that lets you like buy a reservation. So you're like, hey, this reservation's free normally, but because it's this exclusive restaurant, now it's $100. They're charging people like couple $100 to get these like exclusive reservations. Now it's banned in Illinois, and this is awesome.
Yeah, I'm typically, I'd rather less regulations, but I think they're 2 for 2 on new builds. I like this.
There's probably still going to be black market reservations. You got to meet in the alley.
Yeah.
You got PMs. You got that Saturday at 8 p.m.
Yeah, same time. I don't know you.
As long as this law doesn't interfere with my Amex reservations, I don't care.
Ooh, it's good.
Ooh,
good.
Flex.
Because that you might be considered third party. So
yeah.
Real quick, super chat from Beef. I gave roses on my As Usual tonight for some people doing White Sox podcasts. Give some roses to podcasts that you enjoy that do nonsense well.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, my friend. And we are not always White Sox, but we will be talking White Sox closer to spring training. Jason, you got to give credit to you. You hopped on with Sean W. Anderson, or Sean W. Anderson hopped on with you to talk a little Murakami. So go watch that. After you
this. I felt like there was a lot of like White Sox news and we just didn't get a chance to go in depth because the Bears have been such a heater. So
and we've talked about that's a good thing. Like going forward, if like there's something that like pressing that needs to be talked about, whether it's Bears, White Sox, or even Blackhawks news, where it's like something, sometimes news breaks on a Tuesday and we have to wait till Monday to talk about it. Obviously, we don't have to do all that, but like Blackhawk news breaks, you, Joey P and Dougie do 30 minutes on it and stuff like that, or like Bears news, and we can all do it. But yeah, that was a good job by you, and obviously Sean does a great job with all of this.
Yeah, he carries the weight on that one. We all suck. He got Telemundo'd.
Yeah, device not connected.
Oh, there he is. All right, let's get him back. Let's get him back in here.
Device back connected.
All right.
I had a coughing fit.
Next one I saw. This one is interesting. Requires that libraries maintain a supply of opioid overdose medication like naloxone, like basic Narcan, right?
Yeah, Narcan.
And I was like, okay, it seems like a sensible, logical idea. Like keep, OD medication. But then it's like, how many people are ODing in libraries where this had to become a law? Like, are people actually going to libraries and just doing massive amounts of coke and meth and fentanyl here? It just had to become get on someone's radar to make this a law?
Yeah, I can speak to this from experience. I have family that worked in libraries, especially during either some libraries during extreme weather conditions in the city of Chicago become either cooling or heating centers. That's why.
Homeless. Yeah.
They're 3 for 3. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing that pisses me off about this though is like they'll do stuff like this, but they won't have places that will supply like EpiPens for people with like allergic reactions and shit like that. We'll go out of our way to save people that are purposely harming themselves, but we won't do something to like save somebody's life with an EpiPen. That's bullshit.
I agree with you, Dougie, although I've been very vocal about anti peanut butter allergies. So eat more peanut butter, people.
Stop using hand sanitizer.
Reese's peanut butter cups.
Next one I got here. This one I think we're all going to get behind. Predatory towing. New commission powers punish predatory towing companies that sometimes tow cars under false pretenses only to charge drivers afterwards. Fuck you, Lincoln Towing. Fuck you, Lincoln fucking Towing.
Yes.
Your time has fucking come, and I'm happy this is a law. Fuck you, Lincoln Towing.
What's that one place across the street from Big Star? That one lot, like where there used to be like a 7-Eleven or a Walgreens or something like that. And like people used to park there. I parked there one time and I went specifically to, I don't even remember if it was a 7-Eleven or a Walgreens. It's one of the two. And then Julie went to go pick up our food from Big Star. So it's like, I'm a patron of the lot. We still got a boot.
Really?
Bad.
Did they rectify it?
No, we ended up paying. I forgot how much I had to pay.
Even though like you could have like showed them the receipt from
that guy. Dude, those guys were like you mentioned, predatory towing. They'll boot anybody. They don't care. Once the boot's on, they don't care.
Yeah.
That law's a long time coming.
That's brutal.
Yep. No, I got my car towed at least, I think 3 times by Lincoln Towing back in like the north side, Lincoln Park, Wrigleyville days. They fucking suck, and I can't wait till their time's finally coming. Joe, I know you tow sometimes, so let's hope that you don't get caught up in this.
Yeah,
Nah,
but Joey,
we're safety.
The P in Joey P does not stand for predator.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
He's a consensual tower.
Exactly.
May I please tow your car? Do
Right.
I have permission? Do I have permission to tow your car?
Yeah.
He's one of the good ones.
Yeah.
I am.
Why don't you take a seat? We have the tow files.
Yeah, that sounds dirty. This one I thought was interesting, but I feel like this is going to be massively corrupted. This bill allows someone who voluntarily leaves their job for mental health reasons to be eligible for unemployment. And I can 100% people saying, fuck you, I quit. And then like, I'm depressed. I feel like this is going to be taken advantage of.
Yeah. And you know what? As soon as January 1st rolls around, maybe January 2nd, I'm going to be the first one there. I might take a leave of absence from my own company. Does that work? Like I could, collect, mental health leave benefits from my own.
So,
if I'm my own boss,
that would that be like what, like a split personality? Then are you like
Exactly.
or are you schizo then? Like
either way, I'll start doing it from both my landscaping job and the sports bums. I'm taking two of these. Sign me up.
We just hope, obviously, God bless anybody that actually does have issues, and do use these benefits, that it's actually used for those benefits. That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So those are all the new laws that I found that I thought were interesting to share with
Those
everyone.
are good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. That's fun.
That's gonna have to wait. I super chat a question and these goofs don't answer it.
I didn't think that. I think that super chat was a question. I thought it was just giving us praise. Unless I
Give some roses to the
he's
podcast.
telling us. He says sometimes we don't read so good, Uncle Beef.
Oh,
I thought he was giving us roses because we do nonsense well.
reading, spelling. Yeah.
He's telling us to give roses to some podcasts that do nonsense well. So I will give a rose, right? Bachelor style, right away, because it was one of the podcasts that got me into podcasts, and they just had their final episode ever. And a lot of people are, this way or that way with Barstool, but KFC Radio were the OGs of podcasting, and they just had their last one, and they are the OG nonsense. They used to do the answer the internet questions. They used to do all the MFKs. They used to do all of the like hypotheticals with Big Cat and Feidelberg. I remember like that was one of the original podcasts I listened to. They had Jay Cutler on the show way back when. And that's really what got me into podcasts, is because I used to, for a second, and I've told Big Cat this story. I saw a t-shirt that he made of Ditka smoking a cigar, and Sylvie was wearing it one day at like one of those live Ditka tapings that they used to do at the Ditka restaurants. So I went and I asked him, where did he get that shirt? And he said, oh, Barstool Sports, my guy Big Cat made it. And I thought he was talking about James Big Cat Williams, like the old offensive lineman.
Yeah.
And I told that story to Big Cat a long time ago. But like KFC Radio was the OG nonsense. So I really like that. If we're talking about someone new, Are You Garbage? If you listen to Are You Garbage, it's one of my favorite podcasts. It's two guys asking questions to celebrities or comedians. And it's basically like, did you leave your butter out? Did you drink like as a kid? Or like, did you drink like pop with dinner? And stuff like, so like they formulate like someone's how they grew up, and then they answer the question of if they're garbage or not. It's an awesome podcast. So those are my two. So if you guys got any, let them.
Well, I'll jump in right away. Obviously, we all four of us can agree. We all love the all sports scene. Them to me, every time they're able to hop on the podcast waves, that's enough nonsense for me.
That's all nonsense.
All nonsense.
All nonsense all the time. I have a couple that I like watching. I like watching Best Friends with like Bobby Lee and God, I forget his name.
The ginger.
Yeah, the ginger dude from Chicago.
I'm Bobby's mom.
Yeah, I'm Bobby's mom. I like that. That's a huge nonsense, just dudes being dudes, busting each other's balls. And then I like Two Bears, One Cave.
Dude, you know what?
Mom's a girl.
I really liked Two Bears, One Cave back before they started taking so much time off. And I know they're busy, right? They're superstars. They're filming and they're touring all the time. I think that show's jumped the shark just a little bit. And I like them both separately. And I feel like, like 4 years ago, that podcast was hilarious.
Yeah.
Now it's like they got Stavy on to do a bunch of them. And I'm like, I'd rather just watch a Stavy podcast.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Stavy's good too.
But yeah,
those are two of mine.
Nice.
Jason,
I mostly
not a podcast guy.
I do mostly the sports one, so I don't really, do a lot of whole nonsense podcasts, to be honest. That's just me.
Fair.
He said nonsense. That's where I go for sports and conspiracy theories.
Yeah. All right. What do you got, Peter, before we start?
I mean, we're right there. It's the 29th. It's New Year's. We talked about this, and it's something we do every year. We do our New Year's resolutions. We've done them for the last BumCast show of every year, And it wasn't in our rundown because, like you mentioned, we really didn't have a rundown. Me and Dougie were working, and I ended up taking the kids to the dentist. It was a long day. So anyway, we didn't really have a rundown, but I was like, we all said, like, let's just do resolutions. So if you want to go around the room, let's do a personal New Year's resolution. And like we did last year, which I don't think any of us, I got to go back and check our Bums resolutions. I don't know if we completed any of them, but I'm going to tell you guys right now.
I remember what mine was.
Okay, go. Then you go.
My bum resolution was to do much more rants and bum more people and just be more of an asshole to people.
I feel like you've been less angry of late. I think you've been more happier. And that might have to do with, you had an extended break from work. So I feel like that leveled you out a little bit.
It really did. The summer of Jason kind of mellowed me where
that summer of Jason, you had a good time, waking up when you wanted, doing what you want. You can't be too angry when you had the summer of Jason.
I mean, when the bank account gets low, then you're kind of like, shit. Now I'm getting a little testy here.
All right. Are you bringing back the angry Jason for 2026?
No, I'm not going to bring back that. I'm going to keep my levels. I think for my bum one, I'm going to work on my setup here because I have to figure out the lamp situation. And I have it's sitting in a box here right behind me. You can see that box right there. There's another monitor that I got from my work. I think I'm going to expand modify the setup here, get a better light. Maybe since I don't have a light in the ceiling here. This is HLIC is the source of my fucking angst. So I don't have a ceiling light in my office here, which drives the living daylights out of me. So I think I'm gonna try to instead of paying an electrician to come in and rewire, do all this shit, I might just buy like a stick lamp and like a pusher.
You can use the broom handle to
what you need, and I know like your desk right now is up against the wall, right?
Yeah.
So like
corner desk, yeah.
Yeah, so you almost need light in front of you. You don't need light on top of you because then you're just gonna look like a halo, like just
I'm holy though. Maybe I'll be like
you're watching too much mass.
One Pope mass.
Yeah.
Are my prayers working?
And you know what's funny? I like that resolution for you because that's something easily feasible. And I don't know why we didn't think about this earlier. And I think it's something we probably talked about. We bought like a 4K camera for our live stream that no one uses. Why aren't you in 4K right now?
Because apparently with or maybe it's my internal camera. No, you're right. I can do 4K. Maybe I should try to see how I look in 4K. I don't know if anyone wants to see me in 4K though, man. Like,
well, maybe we bump it down. It can be 4K, but let's start with 720 or 1080.
Like when porn came in 4K and everyone could be like, see up, like, oh man, I didn't want to see that in high definition.
The razor bumps nobody needs to see that.
Yeah, no one needs to see all the cuts and everything. But yeah, no, I
like that. I'll
try the 4K camera. But I think I need to do better lighting in here and get a better setup so it looks better for podcasting purposes. But that's my bum resolution for next year.
All right, I'm gonna go with my bum before I let you guys go first.
Hold on, JT says resolution better lighting sure beats getting in shape and cutting back. Why would anyone want to fucking do that, man?
Like we've said that multiple years on this podcast, and we've realized that's just not gonna happen. So don't worry about it, JT.
Yeah,
thank you. My bum's resolution is something we've talked about, and Joey P, I'm looking straight at you because it's been too goddamn long. Tequila Bums are back, baby. The Tequila Bums are back, and they got to be back and better than ever. He's been waiting on me, and I got to make time for it. Put that hat on, baby. Put it on. We started off gangbusters with the Tequila Bums content, and I really enjoyed it, and I feel like the reception was there. We made like friends in the industry and things like that. And then I just got busy with life and work and everything else. And it's like, man, I just can't make it out to, bank a couple reviews there and there. I'm making time. I'm saying it right now, especially right now that we're off of work is a perfect time for us to just bank some content. Tequila Bums are coming back in 2026. Book it, baby.
Yeah.
Woo!
I like it.
Dougie, what do you got?
I like it. Okay, so my personal resolutions last year was to get my water license. Got my water license, so it's excited in that. I wanted to learn Spanish. Didn't learn a fucking word. So I'm gonna run that.
You got Taco Bell Spanish like me?
Yep. So I do want to run that back. I do want to learn Spanish this year. Definitely on that train. I said I wanted to lose 100 pounds. I lost 85. So that was.
Wait, so did you lose your bet?
Huh? Yeah, I lost the bet.
How can I ask how much did you lose?
Yeah, $1,200.
Oh,
Yeah.
by 15 pounds. Damn,
Yeah,
man.
15 pounds.
I mean,
Yeah.
but 15 pounds isn't like when I
It's a lot
try to
harder
lose a lot
than-
of it. Once you get like that first like 40%,
Yeah.
the rest of it's like harder and harder to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, it like it got super difficult like towards the end. And it wasn't like me like not trying, like because I was secretly trying, but it wouldn't come off. So it is what it is, That was the money. That was actually I reinvested the money that I made on the White Sox losing that 100-year series or the 100+ game series. I was like, fuck, dude. Yeah.
I have a theory, Dougie, and I was telling my wife this today, because I recently went for a physical, with my doctor, and I asked him a question. I was like, "Hey, listen, I'm 43. Like, over the summer, I was off and I was working out, pretty regularly,
Yeah.
and it did. No matter how much I did at the gym, it felt like I wasn't really losing a lot of weight. I lose a couple pounds here, then it goes back, and it's just like a vicious cycle. I asked him, like, is there any like you have recommendations for like supplements or vitamins I could take? I don't want to go like the whole Obzemic and all that shit, route like that. I'm like, just there's like vitamin B, anything I could take to help, boost my metabolism up. He's giving me like the doctor response and everything, and I'm like, all right, whatever. And I told my wife today, I have a theory that I'm getting close to the age where it's almost time for a colonoscopy, and I just have a feeling that once I get it done, like 30 years of like double cheeseburgers and taco are just going to come flushed out, and I'm going to be like an accordion and just shrink back down to like 150.
Dougie, I know these videos. You know those videos of like when there's like tree roots and like tires in the pipe, and then they tie a chain and kind of pull everything out.
Through.
That's basically what it's gonna look like when Jason and me, because I'm right behind you, Jay. I'm right behind you. As soon as they flush everything out, it's gonna look like a fucking Hoover Dam over there.
That's my theory, man. That's why I can't lose weight, because it's all just it's cemented into the walls of my intestines, and it needs a cleaning from the inside. It needs the power wash to get it out, man. So I feel like that I'm gonna lose a lot of weight as soon as I get the colonoscopy.
All right. So that should be your goal this year, to have a colonoscopy. But yeah, so obviously I still a goal's a goal, so I would love to hit that 100-pound mark. So keep going with that. And I guess a goal for the Bums in general would be I'd like to see us get more embraced by sports teams and stuff like that, and maybe get some like media credentials to some stuff, and be a instead of being like that last minute invite, be more of a first line invite. So that's one thing that I would like to do, is be able to provide everybody here, and be in the cutting edge of stuff. Go see, like we got invited to the like the new food stuff from the White Sox, but like every team does them. Like we should be going to every single one of those. We should be the ones reporting that type of stuff. So yeah, so I think it resonates with people. So that's what I want. I want for us more credentials, more respect, or broken knees will happen.
Well, on a personal standpoint, I would like to force myself to actually use my vacation time, because I hate having to take the month of December off. a lot of times and then lose still some unused PTO before the year ends. So I'm going to try to track that better for myself on a personal level. Maybe take a week, even if it's a staycation, just to chill here with you boys, like maybe once every couple months, every 6 to 8 weeks or something like that. Kind of like space myself out and kind of like reset, you know. From a bums level, Peter, you know, you hit the nail on the head with Tequila Bums. You know, we'll be back at Sabor and Cultura for sure in May.
That's in the south side of Chicago. So if you guys missed it last year, they did a great event on Morgan, and it was a tequila tasting. We were all there. Us three were there. Dougie, you're more than welcome to come taste some tequila.
I'm going to learn some Spanish first.
Yeah, that event, Sabor y Cultura, is awesome. We're going to be there again this year. Take a look. We'll post it out everywhere once we get our tickets. But yeah, that tequila event was top notch.
Yeah.
And I would say, you know, besides that, you know, it might sound like a personal, even though it's a bum resolution. I want to go on another cruise with Dougie.
Oh shit!
Let's go.
That's trouble.
One of the best 9 days of Sandy and I's life. So we talk about it all the time.
That's awesome.
All
right. It's Chicago, man. Can someone get me caught up? I'm new here. We just talk a lot of nonsense. We had an hour's worth, or almost an hour's worth of Bears talk first half of the show, and now we're just bullshitting some random articles, headlines, pop culture, and all that stuff.
New Year's resolutions, and then in about 10 minutes we're gonna bum and MVB some people where we rant and people give us some suggestions on, you know, who was good and who was bad this week. So thank you for tuning in. Hope you hit the like and subscribe. We are going to be talking Bears every week for the foreseeable future until Super Bowl, baby.
That's right.
I did not give my personal resolution, and it's something that we said we were going to do. It's almost like a bums, but also personal one. And I know Gordo's in the comments. I said like 2 years ago, I'm going to run a marathon. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not running a marathon ever. I'm never going to run a marathon. I don't want to do it. Never. Forget about it. But I am going to do, because we talked about it last week. I just got a new furnace. My kid just went to the dentist. She needs some tooth extracted. We're on the precipice of getting braces. We're getting, you know, things are, you know, adulting.
Yeah.
I'm getting a vasectomy, and whether we make it content or not, that's happening, baby.
Okay.
So we said we were all going to do it as a group. Joey P, you don't have to, but if you guys don't want to do it and make it content, I probably am. So that's a personal, but also bums one.
Hey, Costco has a Star Wars pinball machine right now. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Either I don't care if I get nothing in return. I'm gonna do it.
No, I'm down. I just been looking for the time. Let's do it.
Right.
I'll be there to pray over you and film it.
Yeah. I probably want to do it before I go back to work. So it's coming sooner rather than later. So take notes. Or,
are you gonna go where Sylvie recommends? And
yeah, dude. I ended up Chicago vasectomy clinic. They got like 5 locations, one in Tinley Park. I'm probably gonna do it.
Okay.
Oh, maybe us.
He says schedule it for the Final Four. I'm thinking Masters weekend.
When's Masters?
But also World Cup is coming up. Maybe I wait to the World Cup, but then that's work season. I don't know. I got a whole year to figure it out, but I'm gonna do it sooner rather than later.
When I went for the comp start, it was like 48 hours. You're back.
Yeah, if I sign up tomorrow, I could probably do it like within the week, but let's drag this out a little bit.
Well, let's figure it out. Let's plan it.
All right, let's do it.
We'll see if we can get the same room. Hold hands.
Hell yeah.
Ooh. All right. With that, I think it's time to bum some people, guys.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
You call me a bum? My man, I take that with pride, with honor, that I'm a bum. I'm the king of the bums, baby.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
Bum.
All right, let's get to our listener bums and MVBs. First up is Jerry O'Sullivan, MVB, my wife, for navigating her hell week from the 22nd to 28th. It's my youngest birthday, my birthday, Christmas Day, and my oldest birthday. Jerry, you're doing a lot of fucking in March, man. Maybe not.
Wait, I did the math. You nailed it. When I saw this come up and I was like adding it to the Google Slides form, I'm like, oh man, it's like his youngest and oldest all in the same week. I Googled it real quick. 9 months before December 22nd, St. Patrick's Day weekend in Chicago. So like, I appreciate you inviting us, and I hope I get the invite next year. But we don't know what you're going to be doing after the fact, buddy. And congratulations! You know, it's a big weekend for all of the Chicago Irish people. And dude, you throw the best party. You need a little bit reward for throwing that party. So congrats on the sex, buddy.
Yeah, right. Hey, Jerry, if you want, you can come with us and get that shillelagh snipped.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Jerry. I'll make the appointment for all of us.
Now, all that Guinness, do you think it turns it?
Yeah. Well, no, Magnificent Stan or Brian S. He's especially potent that month. Maybe he gets some strength from the Guinness and the Irish whiskey.
The guys swim a little faster when they're hopped up on Guinness and Irish whiskey.
He's not that much. You're not that much older than us, Jerry.
Yeah.
We're on to you. We're on to you. I did the math.
His bum of the week is frigid temperatures coming back. Yeah, especially the other on Sunday when it dropped 30 degrees.
It came out of nowhere,
hours.
like we mentioned. I mean, we were out salting today because I was like, I did not expect that. So yeah, that's
yeah. All right, next up we got Colonel Bourbon. MVB Bears offense. Yes, it was bum of the week. Bears defense and the Blackhawks. Just all of them. Yeah, I left early in the game yesterday. It was 4-0 after intermission. I said, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna go watch the Bears game. And we raced. So Joey and Dougie were gluttons for punishment, man. They stayed for that whole thing. 2 goalie, swaps. Fucking 7-3. This was a football score. I respect you guys for staying, even though that was, a nonsense game. But I dipped after the first intermission, down 4-0.
So Jason texts me. He's like, I left. I'm like, I was able to catch like the beginning of the Bears game. You missed like 5 minutes and something like that. And credit to you guys, because I saw you guys there with Colonel Bourbon. You guys took the selfie. You stayed the whole game. And I was like, obviously, you guys are the Hawks fans. I said I wouldn't have even gone to the game. I would have just stayed home and watched the Bears. So did you guys, and be honest now, did you guys talk trash about Jason for leaving, or was that the move and you guys regret not leaving?
Joey will tell you, honest to God's truth. The moment that Jason walked out, I bet the over and the Hawks money line and a Bertuzzi goal. Everything came in but the Hawks money line.
Everything but the Hawks money line.
Dude, honest to God's truth. I was like, Jason walked out. I'm like, the negative aura is gone, baby. I'm like, Hawks are turning it around. And
that Bertuzzi goal hit with like 1 second left in regulation.
Yeah, Bertuzzi goal hit, over hit. Not the Hawks money line.
Now, we said it, and I said it online because I went to the game with you guys over the week. So thank you to Joey and Sandy. And we saw Todd Hito there, and it was a good time. But they stunk, and I put the tweet out, an executive decision. Dougie's Hockey Minute is canceled to at least the Olympics. But can we address the fact that Beefloaf was the one that broke the Blackhawks? Because we've done the math. That tweet was the start of the downfall. And for those people that don't know what we're talking about, our man Beefloaf here was, at least in the beginning part of the season, he's like, I'm not a hockey guy, but like the Hawks fans are really excited. And he's like, it was a whole thing.
I don't know why. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know why. And then like everyone that wasn't Hawks fans replied to him. And he's like, well, they're young and they're overachieving and they're like doing things that we did not expect. And it's a year early. And I was like, oh, vibes are high. Ever since that tweet, you can look at the schedule. Bad news. Did Beefloaf break the Blackhawks?
I think that secretly down in his basement office, he has a voodoo doll of Connor Bedard and Frankie Nazar. One right through the jaw and another one right pinned into the shoulder.
Yeah, it hurt me initially to see him tweet that, because like we're all kind of like in the same boat with the White Sox. Like you got to be optimistic at certain points, and when they're like going good, like I thought him would understand the struggles more than anything, but he didn't, and then it's gone.
Well, I appreciate the apology. Hopefully you guys do. Luna's in the comments, noted 49ers fan, and Bonehead and Brewski's. podcast member. We're not going to talk. We talked an hour about that game, Luna, if you want to go back and take a look at it. But I will say, I give credit to Brock Purdy. He's much better than I said he was in the past. And hopefully we'll see you guys in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah. Put some respect on the Bears.
Next up is King S. MVB. Holiday gatherings are over. I think my body can't take any more of it.
Well, you got New Year's. You got one left. It's 2 days.
I got one left.
You
2
guys
days.
going...
We got a Hawks game New Year's Day.
New Year's Day
at night.
Oh
so...
my God, you guys are gonna be like that dehydrated mummy. I know that.
Bum of the week: Bears lost because of Caleb's painted nails, making him not throw accurately on the final play. Oh, yeah,
you know what, Sam? And it's only because it was Sam. I've said if you submit a listener bum and MVB, we'll put it on screen because we appreciate everyone, commenting along and stuff like that. I almost photoshopped this to get rid of the bum of the week. I know he's trolling, but I did not like that one.
Yeah. Next up, JT, bum of the week: Taysom Hill for putting up the same amount of points of fantasy as, you know what, JT? I don't know why people keep talking shit like I'm some fucking fancy football god. My team fucking stinks. And you know what? You just lost. You didn't beat the Bums, which makes you a fucking loser. You didn't beat us. You lost. You loser. And that means you don't get invited back next year.
Oh, my God.
Thank you, Baloney, for
don't jinx me. What if Kieran Williams fumbles or something?
Apparently, he even said that they just pulled him.
What now? Put him back in the game. What about Pitts? I still got Pitts too.
Puka Nacua just caught like a 40-yard bomb for a touchdown, and it got called back for holding.
Oh, you need him to beat Luna, right?
Yeah, I need. Yeah, I'm down by 5 points to Luna right now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Puka has been doing nothing. So
next up is Jose. His MVB is Dougie, Joey, Peter. For another marathon happy hour last Friday, I'm still waiting for Joey to answer his MFK. Over 6 hours of just marathon podcasting. I don't know how you guys did it. I was sound asleep. But Joey, what was the MFK you need to answer here?
Everyone will have to tune in and watch out. So go ahead.
It was wrestling. We were talking a little
wrestling.
wrestling to end the show. We said once Joey answers the question, we'll end the show. And he went on a filibuster, almost like Patton. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Parks and Recreation, but Patton Oswalt went on a filibuster on that show. That was like the entirety of the show. That's basically what Joey P did. It was impressive.
It was.
It's some of my best work.
Jose has no bum of the week. Let's end the year on a good team. I thought he was going to bum his fantasy football team for being a fraud, but
got him.
J Mas, how about the Bills be the Bums though?
Yeah, so he was commenting on Jose's comment, says might as well. And I agree with that because we really needed the Bills to beat the Eagles. And I thought they should have, and they just they sucked.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yep. SPF MVB, the many dot workers out there early AM making the road safe. Yes, we thank you. We appreciate you all. Bum of the week, those who make straw purchases of firearms for individuals who can't legally own a gun. That seems kind of a bad bum.
Yeah. Well, no.
No, I mean like a bad as in like horrible.
Bad person. Yes.
Yes.
I agree.
Wait, hold on. JT
Forget
just
it.
says
Fucking champion, baby. Fuck you, Luna. Puka Nacua just scored a touchdown. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Fuck you, Luna. Fuck you. Let's go.
You know what? I like that. Fuck you, Luna, too. Bums have officially beaten the Boneheads in fantasy. That means the Bums are superior in every way. Boneheads are a bunch of losers, especially Jose's fraud of a team who just got bumped in the first round. Yeah. Good job. Bums are superior. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Peter. We don't have to pay out JT. Thank you.
Thank
you, Dougie. You don't have to hear them talking shit anymore. They're a bunch of fantasy football losers. Good job.
Catch us next year.
Yeah. Smell you later.
All right. Finally, Mailman Jack MVB, the family Christmas get-togethers that cause us anxiety return to a great time. Plus everyone that makes the holiday special. I agree. 100%. Bum of the week, the flu. Are you kidding me? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Dougie's
Everyone's sick. Dougie's sick. Everyone's sick. Feel better, Mailman Jack and Mrs. Mailman Jack. I know she was down for the count. I've been texting with Jack over the week, so hopefully they're feeling better.
Yeah. All right, let's get to our bums and MVBs to close out the show. Dougie, kick us off here.
I would like to thank Luna for sucking. It feels good. It feels so good. So I have damn, that put me in a tizzy. I have two MVBs. One goes out to Brian S for the AEW invite. That's my
MVP.
all of us. It's all of us. It's all of us.
Yeah, consensus
or whatever. But also bum of the week for inviting Gordo. I'm sick and tired of seeing that guy. He's been all right, but
you know what?
Oh.
I agree with you, Gordo. Whatever. We met his brother. His brother was there at the AEW event, and now I could officially say I like Gordo's brother better than Gordo. I like that guy.
And he's also the dude that gave him the nickname Gordo.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Yeah, fuck Luna.
But that was a great time. So no, consensus. Brian S.
Yep.
MVP.
Yeah.
He's
awesome. It's awesome. My other MVB goes out to Joey and Sandy P yesterday for the extra hand at the Hawks game. Mary's under the weather, and I decided to take the tall task of taking both kids to the game by myself. They helped out tremendously. So I'm pretty sure that Sandy P's ears are still ringing from Madison talking to her all entire game. And Hunter basically ate every snack that was in the vicinity of his arms. Wraith. He was just going. So I appreciate the help.
My fingers are still there.
Yeah, right. Hardly. My bum of the week goes out to Fox for that AI photo that they did of Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson at the Wiener Circle. And it isn't necessarily, they caught like a very niche moment that would normally be pretty cool, but they AI'd it, which, and I don't care that you AI it, but take the time and look at stuff and get stuff right. Okay. In the Vienna beef symbol, beef isn't even spelled right. It's like BECF. Shout out Herb Lawrence for pointing that out. Terrible with that. But the biggest thing, they put ketchup on all the hot dogs. What are we doing here? If anything, I'm kind of conspiracy thinking somebody did this on purpose. Add ketchup to the hot dogs, because if you Google Chicago hot dog, there ain't going to be no ketchup.
Especially at the Wiener Circle.
So you know what? Bum of the week for Fox. And then I'm going to take it a step further. Bum of the week, people that are trying to make money off of AI and stuff like that. Taking away real artistry and shit like that. That's really becoming a thing that's really pissing me off. Is somebody could make this photo and edit this photo, but I guarantee you that they spent less than 30 minutes on this thing just kind of getting it. And you're seeing it now with a lot of stuff, photos, merchandise, all that shit. Be fucking original. Don't just type in a couple keywords and let somebody generate your passion. If you're going to do it right. And this was an example of, Jason says a lot of times, you got to have a bunch of young people in a room. This should have had a lot of old people in the room. And old people.
A lot of Chicagoans in the room.
Yeah, a lot of Chicago people, they fucked that one up. Or something that was really cool looking. Minor details made it bullshit. But yeah, quit with the fucking AI bullshit. Be original.
Yep. Peter, what do you got?
So obviously Brian has consensus. AEW was awesome. MJF, champion of the world, our guy. Maybe we might have to send a cease and desist because his entrance music is our BumCast song.
Eerily similar.
I don't know who made it popular first, but we're gonna have to talk about it. Our lawyers will talk to his lawyers. But my second MVP, and it's something that Christmas time, awesome. Christmas Eve, awesome. friends and family. But I talked about it last week, and I appreciate everybody in last week doing the super chats for my furnace. I ended up having to get a new furnace. We got it on Sunday. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at my debt right now, straight ahead of me.
Did we raise enough money through the super chats?
Almost. We were about a lot of grand short. But there's a lot of people looking out for us. You guys were checking up on me, sending me like, hey, reach out to my guy, reach out to this guy, reach out to everyone. Julie's family, obviously, and my parents, like they went over the top to make sure we were okay. Luckily, the weather was decent enough to where we didn't have to stay at my parents' or Julie's parents' house, but they went above and beyond trying to make sure that everyone was comfortable and stuff like that. So it appreciates, when the going gets tough, I appreciate that, like there's a lot of people, in the, support center or something. My bum, and I didn't upload the picture. That's on me. So bum of the week, me for not uploading the picture. It's our guy, Robbie Gould. Robbie Gould, Bears legend, all-time Chicago Bears point leader, Robbie Gould, was at the Niners game yesterday, and it kind of went viral. He had the Niners hat on, and all of the Chicago sports fans were up in their fields, and rightfully so. I understand that the Niners gave you more money, and I understand that, they took a shot on them when the Bears didn't want to. But at that point, man, you have to do the Rob Lowe NFL logo hat, or even the Mama Kelsey half jersey, one way or the other.
House divided flag.
House divided.
Yeah.
He picked the side. He picked the Niners, and all I'll say is that Kevin Butler would never. That's my OG kicker. That's my guy. So Robbie Gould, out. He's a Niner from now on. You know how we like to joke Bear for life? He's out. Robbie Gould, get out of here. Yeah. Kevin Butler, all-time best Bears kicker.
Yep. I like it. All right. I'm going to go next. I'm going to obviously MVB Brian. Thank you for the weekend. Lovely time. I'm also going to I'm going to do a little dick sucking here. MVB, me and my wife and especially my wife for helping out everything for the holiday. Like I said, we hosted back-to-back Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, stressful, helped on Tuesday with a lot of the prep and the cleaning and everything. So it's a marathon, man. It's of 72 hours after, when you're doing that. So I'm giving myself the nice old Barry Horowitz on that one. So I don't think I'm doing back to back again. I think this is the last time I'm doing it. Even though the cooking the cooking the prep is probably a lot easier this year. It's the cleaning up, man. I need to either hire a maid service, have a personal maid there for all the dishes and the cleaning. Otherwise, it's just that's what kills you, man. Is all that.
Absolutely.
So, my bum of the week is Annie Agar. You might have seen her when she's a noted Packers fan who does her NFL meetings, every week. But yeah, she likes to troll Bears fans, and it's nice that she's miserable. It makes me happy that she's miserable as a Packers fan. But I also want to say that I love it. I love it.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but I knew it was too funny not to post it.
Her stick is done, man. The NFL meetings, it's jump the shark. It's the same thing over and over again. She needs a new gimmick. And even so, when she does her jump the shark gimmick, she's still wearing a Justin Fields jersey. I feel like she's doing that to troll Chicago Bears fans. Someone send her a Caleb Williams jersey. I doubt she'd wear it because she's a hater like that. But I'm just over her. Her gimmick sucks. She's a Packers fan. She sucks. Bum of the week, Annie Agar.
I like that.
Here.
Joey, take us home.
All right. First and foremost, I'll go with MVBs. I just a public service announcement. Spend as much time with people you love here in this life, right? Tomorrow's not promised. So I just love the last 7 days, starting from Christmas Eve on with my family. You guys are family to me. We spent 6 great hours on Friday night doing a podcast. That was a whole lot of fun. And we rolled it into Saturday, EW. Shout out Brian. Love seeing Gordo too. And all of us spending some time. I brought a couple throwbacks with me in the back seat that you guys got to see. And Huevo and Luises, and love spending time with them too. It's been a minute playing catch up. And then we ran it back and closed the weekend out last night, guys. At least for a period, Jay, we were together.
Yeah.
But
I need to see that Bears game, man.
Yeah. And then intermission. Everybody that comes to stop by now, just another PSA. If you're going to a Hawks game, we're going to be there. Section 323 bar, the Don Julio bar during intermissions is the place to be. It's cool because some folks that, haven't personally reached out to us, they've already caught on and they just were showing up yesterday that, we met through White Sox Twitter and whatnot, which was awesome. Took several selfies with everybody. It was a great time. So come one, come all. Any future Hawks game you're going to, shoot us a DM or text, see if we'll be there so we can all meet up together. So, and of course, I can't say enough to my wife, MVB. She bought me something extra awesome for my birthday that I'll text you guys tomorrow. I can't wait to share it with you, or with you guys. And so closing out MVB's there. Bum of the week, 2025. The year sucked very much for many people around the world. And the only thing this guy, who's Mr. Positivity and high vibes, can say to that is 2026 is going to be better. And we all have to work together to make the world a better place. High fives, hugs, and handshakes. Let's go, baby, 2026.
Let's do it, baby.
Yeah.
Love it, man.
Let's go.
Good vibes. Yep. All right. That's our show. Peter, anything this week on the Baloney Show?
Baloney Show's not going live New Year's Eve. I'm running it back next week. And it's going to be wrestling heavy. That's all I'm going to tease. It's going to be a wrestling heavy episode of the Baloney Show. So that's next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, but the next Wednesday. But keep an eye out. We teased it last week and it's almost ready. Actually, it is ready, but I don't want to show it yet. I got to show the boys first. Our Whiskey at Comiskey schedule's out. So hear me out. I know we teased it for Christmas, but it didn't quite get there. It was busy. I had a furnace, family, things like that. What if we do this? We're about like 90 followers away on Twitter from 5,000. Can we do a get us to 5,000 and we release the Whiskey at Comiskey schedule?
I like that.
Hell yeah.
I like that.
Let's do it.
All right. So go on X, Twitter, whatever you guys want to call it. Let them know that the Bums are going to release the tailgate schedule for Whiskey at Comiskey. It's ready to go. Let's get us to 5K and we'll drop it because we got some time, but I know people don't want to wait. We've been asked about it a good amount. So the schedule's ready. Let's get the 5K.
Yeah. All right. That's our show. Thanks everyone who joined us, who commented. We had a great show just shooting the shit and talking Bears. I want to wish everyone a very, very happy and safe New Year. Be safe out there. Have fun. Be responsible and all that good stuff. Spend it with your family and loved ones. And we'll see you guys in 2026. Cheers.
Right on, baby.